to the kill zone.
I feel the silence chasing me. Shadows follow me everywhere I go. Danger's near, I can feel it.
Say my name, feel that flame. Welcome to the kill zone.
Hello everyone, welcome to my Skarner top lane guide. I'm a peak Grandmaster 931 LP top lane Skarner main. I have over 1 million plus mastery points on Skarner top and explain to you guys how I played Skarner. We're going to start with the pros and cons of Skarner. Skarner is a tanky champion. He's always going to be useful because of his high CC, and he can end games via team fights. Some cons about Skarner is that he cannot 1v9. He is very team dependent. If your team is behind, you're pretty much not winning that game because you have no damage. You can CC as much as you want, but as long as they're still alive and not dead, they're going to kill you eventually, no matter how ahead you get. But the worst thing about Skarner is that he suffers against people who can build percent health damage, and there's a lot of them. Any percent health damage completely just destroys Skarner. Alright, now we're going to be moving on to the rune page. Starting off with Grasp of the Undying. You're going to take this rune mainly when you go against tanks, for example, Mundo, Cho'Gath, Galio. People who you can proc Grasp of the Undying off without taking a lot of damage. You won't take this against like ranged champions because you'll never be able to hit them. And you also won't take this against all-in champions like Set or Darius because if you walk close to try to hit them, you're gonna die. My next rune page is Phase Rush. And this is for champions who can all-in you, like Darius and Set. Phase Rush is really important because you really need this rune to get away or to engage against them. But this rune just provides you a very safe lane phase, as if they all in you, you can proc Phase Rush and then just get to a safe distance where you can E without them cancelling your E. And our last rune page is going to be Arcane Comet. You take Arcane Comet when you're versus ranged champions such as Teemo, Quinn, Kennen, champions who you can kind of retaliate your poke against their poke. Moving on to items. Here's the list of items that you're going to be building. If you're interested in details, stay tuned, and if not, just go and skip to the next part because this part's going to be longer than the others. Your starting items are going to be Sapphire Crystal, refillable, or Doran's Shield, health potion. Doran's Shield is pretty good into ranged matchups. For example, like Quinn, Gnar, people with like very light damage, not a lot of like burst, but you're going to prefer Sapphire Crystal versus champions like Darius, who you don't really want to be in range of them. That extra mana allows you to just farm from halfway across the lane with your Q and W. It provides you 300 mana, and that 300 mana is enough to pretty much get through laning phase and hit level 6 where you can impact the map, and that 300 mana would just always be useful the whole game. Whereas if you buy Doran's Shield into like Darius, you're not going to get any value from it. For your core items, you're going to be picking one of these items: Heartsteel, Sunfire Aegis, or Hollow Radiance. You build Heartsteel versus champions that you want to outscale. For example, Shen, Nasus. Those are two champions who scale really hard, especially Shen if he builds Heartsteel. You want to match people who build Heartsteel with Heartsteel, or else late game you'll be outscaled. The times that you want to build Sunfire Cape is for champions like Renekton, Aatrox, champions who have very high AD damage and are going to be building like a bruiser AD, pretty much bruiser champions. Darius, Set, and you're going to be building Hollow Radiance versus champions who are pretty much building AP. Cassiopeia, Galio, Zac, Gwen, champions such as those. Moving on to situational tank items. First of all, you have Frozen Heart. This item is going to be really good into champions like Yone or Vayne. Champions who are required to auto attack you a lot and their main damage is from their auto attacks. This item gives you armor and lowers their auto attack speed, greatly reduces their overall damage output. Your next item is going to be Bramble Vest. This item is really good into champions such as Renekton or Aatrox, champions who have some heal and you're required to apply grievous wounds to stop that healing. It's very situational though, as there are better items that provide better stats. But this item is really good if the enemy team has a lot of healing. Next up, this item you're pretty much going to be building against every time the enemy ADC is really fed. And there is also either like another crit champion on the team. For example, Viego jungle, Yone top, Yone mid. Like if there's 2 or more critical strike champions on the enemy team, you're going to be getting a random in almost every game, which in this season is a lot. Magic resist items, you have Kainic Rukern. This item is really good against high burst, such as Syndra. Anyone who's going to do a big chunk of damage to you is going to get blocked by that magic health shield that you're going to get from that item. It's also one of the more cost-effective gold items. If you don't know what magic resist items to build, just go for Kainic Rukern. It can never do you wrong. The next item you have is Spirit Visage. Say you have a support on your team, such as Sona or Seraphine. This item is going to be really good because of the fact that it's going to amplify not only your shield, but also the shield and heals that you receive from your support. It's even more impactful if you have like a double AP support bot lane, such as Seraphine and like a Sona. At that point, Spirit Visage is a must because you get so much value from that. But once again, it's situational. You have to think about what you need for your team, depending on your team. Next up, you have Force of Nature. This item is really good against dot damage. Think, for example, Brand Burns, Leandri's Torment, Cassiopeia Poison, Teemo Poison. This champion pretty much, this item literally just negates their whole entire kit, as it gives you move speed so you can run at them and hunt them down, get close to them, but also negates their damage because this item gives you the most magic resist in the game once it's fully stacked up. Lastly, you have Abyssal Mask. This item is really good if you have a lot of AP in your team and your AP carriers are ahead. Amplifying their damage, you have to keep it in your mind that a good defense is a good offense. If you can kill them, then what's the point of building resist? If your carries do more damage and you kill them, you pretty much negate a whole character worth of damage off of their team. So like, even though it doesn't give you the best stats and it's golden efficient, if your carries are ahead, build this and then just kill them. And yeah. As for your last item, it's always going to be pretty much Kainic Rukern. Kainic Rukern gives you so much value as a last or fifth item because of the stat amplification that it gives you. It gives you so much armor, so much magic resist, just everything that you would want to increase your effective HP pool. As for the bans, you're always just going to ban Fiora. This is the only ban you need, and if you don't ban Fiora, good luck playing the game because, yeah, game is unplayable if there's a Fiora, so ban Fiora. Levels 1, 2, 3. What you're going to do in these early levels is you're going to get Q, and you're just going to farm. Get as much farm as you can, and if they get close to your turret, you're going to pull them under your turret and kidnap them with your E. And if you can either chunk them, that's fine. If you can kill them, even better. But the most important thing is to stay even. Just continue farming with Q, stay even, don't fall behind. And Skarner is really good if your jungler ganks for you. It's pretty much a guaranteed Q because your E can pretty much chase them down from halfway across the lane. And you can pretty much step on the gas at any time. At level 6, the enemy laner pretty much at this point can no longer pressure you underneath your own turret. Because if they ever mess up, you're going to be kidnapping them and pulling them really deep into your turret and killing them. If they respect you a lot, just look to push the wave and even proxy and just roam mid or help your jungler. Depending on whatever they want to do, just be there and help them. Be the engage in the tank and the peel that your team needs to close out the game. Level 7 to level 20. Pretty much, Skarner's gameplay is pretty consistently the same. What you're going to do is, if you have teleport, go push the opposite side of the spawning objective. So if Baron is about to spawn, you're going to go push in bot lane. Pull the enemy top laner or anybody bot lane, and just from there, if they're stuck farming, just walk mid or to the objective and fight a 4v5. If not, just TP to the objective. And you're just going to repeat this over and over until you can close out the game. And remember, the most important thing is make sure that your carries are safe. You cannot win the fight without your carries. You have the CC, you have the peel, you have the engage, but make sure your carries are safe. And then from there, just keep choking out the enemy, winning every single team fight, and then eventually you will win the game just by winning the team fights. Thank you so much for watching my Skarner guide video. If you guys find this helpful, remember to leave a comment, like, or subscribe. Anything helps me a lot, guys. Just you guys watching this video already makes me really happy. I've been having some motivational issues recently, just streaming and uploading consistently. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, remember to support me just by, well, you guys already supported me by being here. So much love to you all. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much, guys.